Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Getting set to go again here on offense, Jared Goff trots back onto the field. He struggled. His team has struggled. You talked to me a lot about looking to your leaders. Maybe it's time for him to put his mark on this game.
Agreed. And how that has to happen is somehow he's got to flush out everything that's happened so far and almost start over and get back to that confident level and know that he can play the game, because so far this has been a real struggle.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got the interceptions, trying to turn it around. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Goff. He completes it to Boyd. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now a first down throw. Goff dumps it off to Mixon. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up 2nd down. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Goff. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Goff. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing again is Goff. And that's off the mark, incomplete. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know. But all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one. Much more like lead.
Here's Goff. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. I'm sure he wanted to have a huge game, wants to have a huge game as the quarterback, but really on the ground, they've been very, very hard to stop. Maybe you just keep going to that well.
I think so, and isn't it funny how the definition of balance changes for us from game to game? Sometimes it's 50-50, run it, throw it. Sometimes it's just being a balanced running team in terms of who's carrying the football.
Not more than one guy.
Right, multiple guys out there, and now your guy back there has to throw it. Doesn't have to worry about it quite as much.
And they've got the lead here in the second quarter. Stidham steps away to his left. Wide open receiver complete. That one covers 29 yards, first down.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Stidham escaping the pressure right. And he's going to have the hook up here with Harry. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Got it. Mike spoke both. Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
Now. They'll run on first down. Michelle. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. The Patriots will take their 3rd and final time. Out. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Ready.
Now Stidham on 2nd down. Flushed out right. Toward the pylon. Caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Braxton Berrios, as the first half is winding down, continue to pour it on.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Extra point splits the uprights, and a rout is on here in this first half. 5 plays there on that drive, and it's finished. Finished off by a Pats touchdown. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. On 2nd and a yard. Goff. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things definitely getting interesting around the NFL as we begin the month of December. So let's get right to it. We'll start up at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, where it was the visiting Lions who come in and get the road victory. Matthew Stafford, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. From there, we head over to the Pacific Northwest, check on the Seahawks at home in Seattle. And that one's gone to halftime with the visiting 49ers out in front. 2 touchdown passes there for Jimmy Garoppolo. Lastly, let's get up to Buffalo to check on the Bills. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Miami Dolphins. Josh Allen leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
So here we go for half number 2. The Patriots with the lead, and they will be getting the football. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here. Now it looks like we've got a Patriot down, slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. First down, here's White. A gain of 3, second down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Flush to his right. Well, he's going to go for it all. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down.
When teams take shots at the end zone, you've got to defend it the same way you would defend the first down sticks. You defend the goal line exactly the same way. They can't cross that. You play through the receivers, and on that play, that's exactly what they did and batted it away.
And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us.
Michael Gronko, the true spitter. What up, brother? Good morning, bro. Good to see you on this fine Sunday morning.
And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Here's Goff. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down.
The completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Here we go. Line 20. 51. Here we go.
On 1st and 10, Goff. Got his man, it's Eifert. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
On second down, Mixon. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
The kick by Lambeau is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
Now after the made field goal, back out Lambeau to kick this one off.
Keep playing hard.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Patriot 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Right back to him on 1st down. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big hitter there, a 1st down gain of 26 yards.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Back to throw here. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. White's got a 1st down and more. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. James White with touchdown number 12 on the year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
And while no one on the offensive line will get the 6 points next to their name, they should be credited with this one. Tremendous blocking to get the runner into the end zone.
Now the try here for the point after. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Just a 4-play drive that time. And the capper, a 19-yard touchdown run. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken at the 3. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Once again, they run with Mixon. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. This is Mixon on the draw, and he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything. Change it up because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
Continuing the game I started last night. Really knew the end result.
Here's Ryan Allen now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is fielded at the 27. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And out will come the offense as they take over. And the Patriots gearing up to go now. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear
that is
by the
one
time we have to
positive.
leave the booth.
And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. It's still a nice play by the defense.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Braxton Berrios with his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year, as his guys continue to pour it on. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead will swell by 1 more. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be fielded at the 8. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Goff. And the catch good. It's Eifert. And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they've rallied and made the tackle.
Here's Ryan Allen now. He's been terrific so far. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. It's been an easy day for them.
Past the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. They just look like they're having fun out there. Big lead. There's another big play on the big run. I mean, they can't be stopped.
I'm a little bit older than you, as you well know, partner, and you tend to tell me that all the time. But there used to be a big-time song, and the lyric was, "Summertime and the living is easy." Right now, it's football time, and the running is easy for this crew.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. From the gun, they run with Michel. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Sony Michel, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. A 4-play drive spanning 80 yards. And it was Sony Michel's touchdown scamper that polished the drive off. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting. If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Again, it's Mixon. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives them a new set of downs.
Let's go.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave them with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. Throwing on 3rd. Gone. And that is incomplete.
Well, to say that this has not been his game is probably a big understatement. I mean, he is all over the place. Mechanics are off, not accurate, except if you're playing on defense, because they picked off a good number of passes.
Yeah, all the INTs, but they're throwing it off his back foot. Pressure coming, just chucking it downfield. He can't do that right now.
No, you can't do that at all. And I think one of the hardest things for a guy having a day like this one is to find a way to just kind of get out of it, kind of get yourself back to neutral. Because what you try and do is make even more spectacular plays to make up for it, and it usually leads to more bad ones.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That one good for 13 at a New England 1st down. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today.
Now back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Second and 10. Out to his left. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that that fell harmlessly to the ground. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 17 yards there for the Patriots as they've got themselves a first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Now a play fake here on first down. He'll run it. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And finally down at the 36-yard line. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 36. He'll look to throw. On the move to his left. He'll let this go. Dorsett's got it. Touchdown, Patriots.
Give me the ball every time, fella.
Philip Dorsett, his 6th touchdown of the season as his guys continue to pour it on. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. That drive goes 80 yards in 6 plays, and it ends with a New England touchdown. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even... over 100 yards yet, and in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Goff on first down. He's got his man. This is Jackson. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Gone. That is incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. To throw is gone. He gets this one to Boyd. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Let's go, let's bring it.
Goff throwing again. It's hauled in by Doxson. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. From the gun to give to Mixon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Let's get in there. Let's get in there, Harry.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. An extra quarter comes on now for the Patriots D on third down. Out of the gun. Gone. Catch is made. It's Harmon. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Well, this drive, they're a perfect 2 of 2 on third down conversions, but they need a full 10 yards here. Now Joe Mixon, and a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
Set, ready? 70, Indy.
Let's put them on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus.
Now.
On first down, Michelle. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. That one good for 13 at a New England first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
50, plant.
Yeah. You don't want none.
Big grip.
On second down now, Michelle. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Get it.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Rolling to his right. Got his man. That's Harry. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down.
All day, baby, all day.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Ready?
So
30
first and
base.
10 now from the 30.
I got you, son. I got you, son.
Set, go.
Now a carry for White. About 3 yards there to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, Michelle. And he is going to be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bengals' 22.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Check Mike, check Mike.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Bengals grab it. And his crew will take over with a football. Ball at the 35-yard line. So he went out of the pocket left, and then things got dicey.
And what often happens is when they get outside, they want to keep their eyes downfield in order to try and complete a pass.
To play.
But when they try to make a play, they've got to get their footwork involved, and that can really mess them up as well. And in this case, nothing went right, and the ball got knocked free.
Here's Goff. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Goff now to throw, and that's incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field.
Ridiculous. $100 for a piece of fucking paper. Huh? Yeah, yeah, no, I hate that fucking application fee shit. That's ridiculous. $100. $100 for an application is bull crap. Oh, that's already packed. Word.
Brought up a punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And the Patriots will have great starting position as they take over 1st and 10. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. On the ground, Michelle. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down. New England on third down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. Here it's 3rd and 3. He'll look to throw. And able to connect with Barrios. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. They'll try and run it in with White. And he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score. James White with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
So they are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will swell by 1 more. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Here's Goff. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the gun, here's Goff. He finds his running back, Mixon. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Here's Ryan Allen now as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. This is brought in at the 21. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So the Patriots coming out now. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I
we share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but In all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season. Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
It'll be a Patriot first down on a pickup of 16.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. A good pickup there, 26 yards. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. First carry for the fullback, James Devlin. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Set 50, plant.
Let's go.
On 2nd down now. It's White, and he is in. Touchdown, New England. James White, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 14 on the year, as his guys continue to pour it on.
There's no doubt in my mind.
And do you hear that? Do you hear the...
It's not scales, right?
No.
I don't hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warbled?
I think the fat lady's humming.
Yeah, she's doing more than humming. She's belting it out right now.
She's going. She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing is flat out finished.
Extra point right down the middle, and that will extend this big lead. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And out now, here come the Bengals. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know. The score, they know the situation, and by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Mixon gets the nod to start the drive. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Goff completes it right side to Dodson. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
Let's go.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Got an open man. It's Harmon. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. To the air again. Gone. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a third down stop by them.
Here's Ryan Allen now as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the fourth quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says?
Yeah.
Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance, where they took control of this game, how they've managed to keep control of this game, and then we go ahead and think about how we're going to leave here and get to the airport. In a lopsided blowout, the roads are usually open.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Again, it's Michel. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. 17 yards there for the Patriots as they've got themselves a first down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's White. Oh, he's got some breathing room. The 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a first down carry. It's Michel. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13, and it's Michel once again. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be giving a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. That one looks like he'll throw here and give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
So the Patriot offense stays out there, and they'll line up and go for two. They'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little.
Where am I at with my first downs now? 35.
Bit, but going for two in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got two more to use here in the final stages. And this is going to be snuffed out. The Bengals recover. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Back to the air. Goff on second down. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Goff. And that will be incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of...
I get the ball back that quick. Yeah. Hopefully I can score 30 seconds. I think I can get another touchdown. Let's see if I can get another touchdown. 30 seconds left on the clock. But it all depends on what they do. They might run it. You never know.
Quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show.
Here we go, here we go.
We got a plane to catch.
Let's go one more.
They go play action here on first down. They'll roll him out right. He's going to air it out. And got his man complete. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now back to throw. Steps away. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. They'll look to throw. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
told you. Let's get
I
it.
tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with this one. I struggle. But on the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will swell by one more. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it's finished off by a Pats touchdown. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. The Bengals drive about to get going. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Patriots, the streak continues as they push their mark to a perfect 12-0 now on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Buffalo to take on the Bills. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, it was a win they needed to turn the season around, but instead they fall to 5-7. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head down to Miami to take on the Dolphins. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
Who was that? Who? What's wrong with Auntie? I can't hear you. The car just drove by. Dude, what happened to Auntie? Dude, she can't raise the rent that high. Yeah. Yeah, she can't do that. That's wrong.
I wrote that down.
That's cheaper.
That's why I'm laughing.
Yeah, she can't do that.
She tried screwing with me.
Yeah, no, see, they know.
Well, I wrote it down.
What?
Down.
She's pissed.
I don't know if you're going to be able to afford it, right?
What happened? Aren't you not feeling good?
No, she's busy.
Oh.
Yeah, they go for that. I don't want to go to the lot.
Oh.
That's why I don't know if you're going to be able to afford the rent. Maybe you'll be out of here by that time.
Yeah, that's what she said to you?
Yeah.